What's up, Deuterinos? Brando here. Hopefully going to be streaming this. I've just been noticing some lag, so I'm trying to get that figured out. So I kind of restarted everything. I'm going to let this play, try and talk over it. See if there's anything that kind of pops up. Because it looks like I'm doing a little bit better now on my screen. I hope so. I remember first seeing this. I don't know if this was on the demo disc or not. Did anybody ever have the demo disc? Okay, so the demo disc came out with Zone of the Enders, I want to say it was. I remember my buddy got he wanted Zone of the Enders. I'm like, I want that demo disc. And the demo disc was like the first part of the Tinker chapter. And it was a nice little tease. It was in Japanese with the English subtitles. And I was like, I could not wait to dive more into it. But this intro with the score by Harry Gregson Williams? Top notch here. Of course, they ended up having to change this theme to after Snake Eater. I don't know if they had to. Somebody had just noticed that it sounded very similar to another song that some Russian composer had made, and they played it for Kojima. They played it for him, and he ended up like, oh, cool, somebody covered it. Like, no, this is like from the 70s. And so whoever wrote that original theme for the original game, for the original Metal Gear Solid, either were influenced by that or, well, maybe borrowed. Here's a guitarist for Metallica, Kirk Hammett. His, of course, his lead guitar. He has a quote: "Good musicians borrow, great musicians steal." But unfortunately, when you get to MGS4, the theme is different. But I actually like the change they did to it. It actually fit the story. Anyway, we are here, of course. There are two chapters to this game. The Tinker, sort of like the preamble, and then the plant, the big shell. That is where most of the game is played. So of course we're doing both. I used to be really good at this game. I don't want to boast. That was way before. I mean, this is on PS2. This is way before they had trophies. But I used to be really good at this game. And I know I've at least beat it on hard. I don't think I could do that today. I'm not even sure if I could beat this thing on normal. I probably could, but it's been so long. It's been years since I played this. I tried playing MGS on normal to get back into it, and I couldn't get past Mantis. I would get this close and die, and I died like 17 times. So, to spare all of you all the game overs, because I only had 3 game overs in the MGS playthrough, and I probably had way more than that during the Last of Us playthrough, we're going to go with easy. We're not going very easy. We are just going to go easy. And, yeah, we are going to do Radar Type 2. We don't want it too easy. 01 dog tags or 02 dog tags. I don't care. 01, I guess. Story is fictional. And all similarities to characters, groups, and other entities are otherwise coincidental. Had to put that in the beginning.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of metal gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
I remember the first time I saw this cinematic. You know, I mean, I had played the first one so many times, and I had replayed it just prior to playing the demo, or you know, or somewhat after, you know, close to it, and was just blown away by the quality and the step up that the PS2 offered. Good old optic camo. And then that, of course, that's like a flashback in a sense. And you're like, wait, like I get optic camo in this game right off the bat? No, you don't. Bouncing all over the place. Harry Gregson Williams. That's the dude that I was saying that did the soundtrack for this. Awesome soundtrack in this game. Almost like the old school, like Terminator reveal, him like kneeling down.
Our boy, he's right on schedule.
Look who we got here.
He'll know soon enough.
And instantly, I'm like, he's got two hands. He's got two hands. I'm like, did they just like Luke Skywalker his hand back on? David Hayter.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? But give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow?
What?
Mines?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear power.
Well, I wonder who sold all
Seems
those.
to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake? Cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you?
Well, at least he didn't have to regurgitate these ones. You
Here's
know,
the digital camera. Works almost the same
sneak
way
him
as
on
your old
board.
one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably
Get
another
out of here.
cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
And his ear is just that good.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses.
You can mess with the
Reach me if
codec
anything happens.
calls in
The
this by
frequency's 141.12.
hitting R1, R2,
How can I check in and save my progress?
move the sticks, click
There's a
them in.
frequency set aside for it. 140.96.
No
Sorry,
way.
but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
All right. Better use the TV. Tell you what, that was the best part about upgrading into the next game. Being able to aim and just take people out in first-person view. What?
Snake, go through that door into the ship's interior. Push the action button down in front of the door and wait until the door opens before letting go. If you need to open the door faster, hit the action button repeatedly while you turn the handle. Make sure you keep doing it until the door is open.
I also really liked that you could, that they changed the codec call color. You know, red if it's going to automatically answer and be like an important part of the story. And then blue if it's just like something extra. Takes your own medicine there, pal. Ah, rations. Love my rations. So now the action button is triangle, whereas in the original game it is circle. Just wait. Ah. Yeah, put that back right there. Nobody saw that. Rations. Notice that my footprints from the outside. Posters. They also added the ability for you to be able to hide bodies in these lockers if you kill somebody or take them out. That's a pretty cool touch. More ammo for the M9. Oh. But notice that I actually shot the glass to get his attention, but then I also shot his radio out, which is something that you can do in this game. Whoa. What kind of places like these Marines have here, man? They got a bar with a menu. This place is like luxury almost. Magazines, rations everywhere. Metal Gear television.
Freeze. Please don't. Please don't.
So that's how you get dog tags. Or other items if they have them. Well, I hope this isn't lagging too much. I'm noticing a little bit of lag on my webcam. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Freeze.
Are you going to shoot me?
So you get this guy. And, yeah, he's not giving up his stuff so easy. So what you got to end up doing is that you actually have to inflict damage on him. Like, so you can't do that with the tranquilizer dart. You're actually going to have to do that with, like, an actual gun when we get one. The USP, which we're already finding ammo for, but we do not have yet. What do you want, Otacon?
Snake, there's a surveillance camera in place.
I
Once
see
you're
it.
in its field of view, an alarm will go off. You can't afford to be seen. You can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic interference. The camera will be ineffective for a while. There's a blind spot right beneath the camera. Use it to buy some time.
taking out at dinner, man.
Freeze.
I really wonder what was the deciding factor in making that the animation for when they give you their items, the whole shimmy shake thing. Alright, so we got C4. What do you want? C4 on the wall, Snake.
Snake, wait. Don't move.
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right. And they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds about right. There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
I like when he just stood up.
Snake, respond! Snake!
Everything's blowing up around him. He's like, I don't care. Almost hit circle. It's X now. All right. Go all the way past. There we go.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment, without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal...
has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild? You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. So you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing. It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean. And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
Boss fight.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared every except the unit. Nothing else matters to me.
Dope.
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
Cipher.
And that was the end of the demo.
Otacon. The ship
That
appears
demo I
to
was
be
talking
under
about
their
from Zone of
control.
Enders.
The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
Man.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
They mentioned him in the first game.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cipher.
A Marine Cipher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was E.E.
E.E.?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her E.E.
Emma? Emmer?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap to lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines' M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
So the difference in audio from main game or cutscene to codec is pretty drastic in this game, or at least what I'm finding out doing all this from my streaming service, or from my, from my OBS. I have been struggling for audio levels to make sure things sound right, and triangle in this game, Brando, triangle. Yeah, this game is it's gonna be it kind of sucks to have to have the volume down, but I'm not gonna change it every single time we go in and out of codecs. I mean, I probably could with how many and long codecs things there are. So thermal goggles, they changed those. Now they actually, instead of everything being all red and then the heat signatures being more red, only the heat signatures show up in red and the other things show up in, it's a little bit more accurate of a thermal goggle.
Who's there?
Nope. Ah!
Enemy sight. Requesting backup units. What's going on? Respond. We've lost contact with that team. Backup unit, check it out. The situation is...
Whoosh, just knocked. Hey, wake up. Situation's normal. So, one of the cooler parts. Okay, so you got chaff, just like in the first game. But if you've got an actual weapon, like the USB or the SOCOM, do I need to change this over controller setting? No? Maybe that's only for the PS1 stuff. That could have just been my own ineptitude, too, being able to hide in that little stairway. There's a dude down here now. On some difficulties, you got a guy hiding out down. Oh, there's ammo in here, though. There you go. I keep trying to hit triangle or R1 for my quick equip.
Freeze.
Are you going to shoot me?
And that's how you get the dog tags for those that don't really want to give it to you. All right, so gotta take all these guys out again here. Dude's no longer taking a nap though. I gotta mess with him. I forgot that if you like shoot the question mark, you end up stunning him pretty good. 9. USB bolts down here.
Raven? Freeze.
Yeah, so that I remember the first time I was like freaked out for like a quick second. What the heck? What's he doing here? No, just a toy. How you get up there? There it is. I trade that. No.
Freeze.
Keep hitting that button. looking at? How the heck put a poster all the way over there?
Good.